this episode, Guy Baskin continues his journey through the Malaysian state of Sabah, North Borneo, and explores the lost world.
The expedition's base was to be set up in the Malayaw Basin itself. The only way to get there across the surrounding mountains was by helicopter. The sheer size of the military monster that took us was comforting. There was no sensation of takeoff at all as we climbed away over Kota Kinabalu. Inside, I talked to Tunku Adlin, the deputy director of the Sabah Foundation. As excited as we were, he'd come to see for himself the result of all those years of planning. In a few moments, we'd left the city and were flying over jungle. We tracked right into the heart of the interior, across the centre of Sabah, above an endless sea of trees. An hour later, we were flying over some of the oldest forest in the world. 3,000 species of tree grow here, from the great hardwood trees like the Meranti, used for construction and furniture building, to the Jelutong, from the sap of which chewing gum is made. Another, known as the wild buffalo tree, is so poisonous that raindrops falling from its leaves are lethal. Then, at last, the 4,000-foot cliffs of the Malayaw Basin rose in front of us. We were about to enter its great circular formation, 25 kilometres across, an area of 390 square kilometres, which has been untouched since the beginning of time. The atmosphere in the helicopter is electric as we track the last few hundred metres to the rim. Beyond these sheer walls is one of the last truly unknown places on Earth. Inside, time has stood still. It's been like this for millions of years, since before humankind evolved. As most of the world changed from the extreme heat of the Pliocene period to the bitter cold of the last ice age, the rainforests of Borneo remained almost unaffected. The first task was to locate the Malayaw River, the headwaters of which flow into the basin. As we descended from the high slopes around the rim, we saw the brown, foam-flecked river beneath us. We knew now the camp was just ahead. What we didn't know was that an unforeseen danger also waited for us around the bend. Flying foxes, each one the size of a small cat with a wingspan of over a metre. Looking small in the surrounding jungle, a clearing made by the advance party. Carefully we began to circle. As we did so, the noise of our engines disturbed the colony. Thousands of bats took to the air. A strange, feral odour filled the cabin. Now committed to landing, the pilot had the seemingly impossible task of avoiding the clouds of bats still taking off. Even lower now, and looking up, I could see them flying overhead. That first unexpected obstacle out of the way, we began our final descent to the clearing. With a helicopter of this size, the downwash from the rotor blades is tremendous. Loose twigs and debris fly about. I'd been warned to watch out for falling branches, shaken free by the rush of air when I jumped from the aircraft. Dead and dry branches can smash down, killing or seriously injuring those below. Our touchdown, when it came, was feather light. As it would be almost impossible to get assistance in the case of a breakdown, the engines were left running, and we had to unload the tons of stores and equipment quickly. The aim of the expedition was to have an intensive scientific survey of the geology, hydrology, botany, forestry and zoology of the area. This would help to assess the possibilities for future conservation development. Experts from Malaysia and around the world scuttled like ants, unloading scientific equipment, sleeping bags, mosquito nets and, somewhere, our chickens. In the trees, the blue tarpaulin of the camp that was to be our home for the next 10 days. Civilization, as we knew it, departed with the helicopter, leaving us with a tenuous and temperamental radio link to Kota Kinabalu via a logging camp far across the mountains. As I watched the receding Nuri, I felt adventurous and very remote indeed. Waking early, I lay in my hammock, looking up through the mosquito netting. Gradually, the blackness took form as a soft grey light increased. There's a magic quality about the forest mornings. The air was cool now, a gentle prelude to the steamy heat of the day. Layers of mist drifted through the trees. It felt ageless. Soft rain fell. With the sun, a green underwater twilight filled the forest, changing to a brilliant emerald as its rays caught the millions of leaves. Unseen, birds sang in the canopy. Stand still and watch, and you become aware of the teeming life that surrounds you. After a while, you start to see twigs that look like insects, and then insects that look like twigs. Camouflage plays a significant role in protection for some, and they're all seen against 1,000 different textures. Many try to look like something else, a leaf perhaps. Blending perfectly, this bug appears to be covered in the same mould as the leaf. Others rely on stealth.